Good morning and welcome to Sunday Special. Dr. Lamba explains Sikhism. Janam Sakhis we are going to talk about today, and they literally mean birth stories. These Janam Sakhis are deemed very sacrosanct, but they are like parables, and often the authenticity of the parable is doubted. They profess to be the biographies of the first Guru, Guru Nanak Dev of Sikhism, and they were written at various stages after the demise of the Guru. They were not written in his time. As all parables in every religion, these compositions have been written at various stages. They all record miracles and supernatural conversations which might have taken place, might not have taken place. But Sikhs and the Muslims, these are the two religions, Islam and Sikhism, where the followers, the acolytes, are extremely sensitive, and they cannot even think of anything connecting with their prophet to be deemed a made-up thing. But the stories of the Janam Sakhis, they often contradict each other on material points, and some have obviously been touched up in advance. And the purpose of that touching up is to advance the claims of one or other branches of the Guru's family, or exaggerate the claims of some disciples. The manipulation of the Janam Sakhis is absolutely identical to the way Gospels were manipulated in the early Christian church. They were deemed to be the words of God and they were inviolable, all the Gospels. But then it was seen that it was not so. At that time, vast number of spurious writing bearing the name of apostles and their followers and claiming more or less direct authority were in circulation in early church. Gospels according to Peter, to Thomas, to James, to Judas, according to Gospels, or according to the 12, to Barnabas, to Matthias, to Nicodemus, and others. So there is abundant testimony to the earlier rapid literature which is archetypal. And that is what actually happens. Let me incidentally mention that it was Gospel according to Barnabas which Muhammad used in composition of Quran. So there has been a give and take, and the supernatural aspect has always been there to lend a credence and exceptional quality to the prophet. And the falsification of the old and composition of Janam Sakhis was the result of three divisions of Sikhism. Normally people don't think that there has been a division of Sikhism, but there were three divides, three shapes. Udasis was the first, Minas was the second, and Handlis was the third. And from the point of view of history, the Janam Sakhis may be inadequate, but they cannot be discarded. Now let me be very frank. Yes, they might be exaggerated, but they cannot be discarded. They are important because they are based on legend and tradition. And they have grown up around the Guru in the early years following his demise, and they also give very useful information to augment the bare facts of life. The main Janam Sakhis over the years are, first is Bhai Bala Janam Sakhi. This is by far the most popular and well-known Janam Sakhis. Most popular is Bhai Balas. Now, most of the Sikhs And the Janamsakhis' knowledge comes from this document. This document claims to be contemporary, written by one Bala Sandhu in the year 1592 at the instance of Guru Angad. Guru Angad, according to Bala Sandhu, was a close companion of Guru Nanak and accompanied him on many of his travels. Bala and Mardana is the same Bala who wrote. And Guru Angad is said to have commissioned the work, was also a very close companion of Guru Nanak in the later years. However, Bala's own admission ignores this. Bhai Gurdas, who has listed all the Guru Nanak's prominent disciples, does not mention the name of Bala Sandhu. This may be an oversight, but the fact is that Bhai Gurdas, who is supposed to be the writer of Guru Granth, does not mention in even Rai Bular. So if we don't consider Bala to be authentic, then even Rai Bular, a part of the Guru's complete life, cannot be ignored. Then Bhai Mani Singh's Bhagat Ratnavali, which contains essentially the same list as Bhai Gurdas, does not mention Bala. It is only in the heretic Janamsakhis of Menas that we find the first mention of Bhai Bala. And today, Guru Nanak without Bala and Mardana is unimaginable. So whether we like it or not, this Janamsakhi has a certain validity which cannot be ignored. Now the language used in Janamsakhi was not spoken at the time of Guru Nanak and Guru Angad Dev. It was developed at least 100 years after the death of Guru Angad Dev. So the language shows that this was not written, this was not contemporaneous. And some of the hymns described to Guru Nanak are not his, but they are of the second Guru, Angad Dev, and the fifth Guru, Arjan Dev. At the several places, the expression which gained currency only during the time of Guru Gobind Singh are used. For example, Vai Guru Ji Ki Fateh. Now, Vai Guru was used by Guru Nanak, but Vai Guru Ji Ki Fateh was never used by the first 9 Gurus. It is Guru Gobind Singh who used it for the first time. So, this Janamsakhi is important from the point of view that it gives an insight into Guru's life, but it is not a contemporary account. And this Janamsakhi had an immense influence over determining what is generally accepted as an authentic account of Guru Nanak's life. We base our belief in Guru Nanak's life based on this Janamsakhi, which was written 100 years after his death. So through the 19th century, the authority of Bala version was unchallenged. An important work on Bala Janamsakhi is Santokh Singh's Guru Nanak Prakash. It is also called Nanak Prakash, and it's a lengthy sequel. Suraj Prakash carries the account from Guru Nanak to Guru Gobind Singh. And as a matter of fact, historical, this is one of the most authentic pieces of the Sikh history of the Gurus. And this was completed in 1844. In the first journey of Guru Nanak, which is called Udasi, he left Sultanpur toward the eastern India and traveled, the sequence travel was Panipat, Delhi, Hardwar, Allahabad, Banaras, Nanak Mata, Kauru, Kamrup in Assam, Talwandi, 12 years after Sultan, Pakpatan, Lahore, Kartarpur. The second Udasi was, according to this, the south of India with Mardana, and it went to Ayodhya, Jagannath Puri, Rameshwaram, Sri Lanka, Vindhya Mountains, Narmada River, Ujjain. Third was to the north, Kashmir, Tibet, Mount Sumeru. Fourth was to west Afghanistan, Persia, Makkah, Medina, Baghdad. So this is the first Janamsakhi. The second one is Vilayat Wali Janamsakhi. Now what happened was in 1883, a copy of the Janamsakhis was sent by the government, the Governor General of India, to Dr. Trump for his study, and the 6 scholars assisting him. It was given to the library, and it came to be known Vilayat Wali as a foreign Janamsakhi. This Janamsakhi was the base of the account written by McAuliffe and Trump, and it has to be written by in 1588 by one Sevadas. Then the third is Hafizbad Wali Janamsakhi. A renowned Sikh scholar Gurmukh Singh of Oriental College, Lahore, he found this Janamsakhi at Hafizabad, which is similar to the Janamsakhi manuscript found by Kolbok. And this Janamsakhi agrees entirely with Vilayat Wali Janamsakhi. Then comes Gyan Ratnavali. The Gyan Ratnavali is also called by Mani Singh's Janamsakhi. This is the fourth and the latest in Gyan Ratnavali. It is attributed by Mani Singh, and he wrote it with an express intent of correcting heretical accounts of Guru Nanak Dev. Now, Mani Singh was a Sikh of Guru Gobind Singh, and he was requested to prepare an authentic account of Guru Nanak Dev's life. So he wrote this. And he wrote, I quote from him, the translation, just as the swimmers fix reeds in the river so that they don't know who may cross, I'll take Bhai Gurdas War as my basis. So he starts from Bhai Gurdas War and then goes on to write. Then there are other Janamsakhis. The most important of them is the Puratan Janamsakhi. Now, Puratan Janamsakhi means the ancient Janamsakhi. And this was compiled by Veer Singh, the famous Punjabi poet. And it was first published in 1926. It is still existing, and it was studied. And according to Puratan Janamsakhi, now there is a difference. The Puratan Janamsakhi mentions that Guru Nanak Dev was born in the month of Vesak, which comes in April, while the Sikhs celebrate it in Kartak Purnima. And the date given in the Puratan Janamsakhi is the third day of the light half of the month, and it was taken in the last watch before the dawn. Of course, the father is Kalu, Khatri by birth. This was something which cast doubt how far is correct. There's a contradiction because one account of Bala's Janamsakhi says he was born in Kartak Purnima, the date celebrated. Puratan Janamsakhi, which is supposed to be the oldest, it was born in Vesak. So, and then he goes on to say that he took the lessons from the Pandits and all that, thing that is normal. It's also mentioned that he was betrothed at the age of 12 and married later on. Then he moved to Sultanpur and all that. And then he left that place to preach the name of the God. Now, as a matter of fact, this Puratan Janamsakhi is authentic to a great extent, except 3 or 4 major omissions. The first 3 Sakhis recount the greatness of Raja Janak and describe an interview where God and Raja Janak instruct that, and it's Raja Janak, that he returns to this world to propagate his name. So, it's Raja Janak takes birth as Guru Nanak. So the account of Guruji learning to read from Pandit is also recounted here. And then there's an interlude. Guru Nanak Dev goes to Mount Sumeru, and climbing the mountain, Guru founds 9 Siddhas, Gorakhnath, Mahendranath, Isarnath, Chhatrapatnath, Badranath. And then they start discussing, Siddh Goshti they call it. And then this Puratan Janamsakhi comes into being. Now, the point is that are they authentic? Yes, they are. In the sense that they give absolutely correct information as far as the Udasis are concerned, but they are not reliable as far as the hyperbole is concerned. Every religious leader has followers who indulge in hyperbole so that they can give us aura of divinity which is already there. So Puratan Janamsakhi doesn't use a modern Punjabi. And none of the, but then the language used is almost the time of Guru Nanak. And then the practice of the language in Puratan Janamsakhi is much lower frequency of nasalization. And it's in line with the language used in Guru Granth Sahib. Now from the language point of view, this is the same as Guru Granth Sahib. It is authentic. Hyperbole is there as it would be there in any religious work written by the followers. And what happens then? You have the same identity. Do you know, by the way, the snake coming to protect Nanak, Buddha, Krishna, Muhammad is in the same for all the four religions. Do you mean to say it happened? No. But then it was a part of the folklore. And it happened. And the people believe it. Belief is something which is ingrained. Historically, there might be inaccuracies. There are, absolutely, as a conflict in the data of the birth. But at the same time, inaccuracies do not imply being false or not being authentic. They have to be read as a piece of history. Every history is colored. Every count of history. It is colored by the point of view of the writer and the point of view of the authorities who might be reigning at that time. Indian history is being rewritten. So is being in every country. The history of the China at the time of Ming dynasty, if it's rewritten today, would not be the same. So these are basically documents of history, not of veneration. Now here I like to make a very, very clear thing. The people who take Janamsakhis to be religious texts are wrong. They have to be taken as historical writings which authenticate some aspects, but then it's your judgment, your sense of discrimination, which will tell you that this is something which is possible but not probable. And this is probable but not possible. And what is possible and probable, you take that up. So they can be read as a great parable, fables, as well as historical accounts, partly full of praise, extraordinary praise which should not have been there, but which is a part of the human nature. You always praise what you like. And you always concoct stories to lend credence to your cases. So they are, as I said, historical documents, not religious documents. They are correct to, I'll say 75 to 80%. 20% differences can be there because they were not written except by Puratan Janamsakhi during the time. They were not contemporaneous. So they will be taken as they are parables and fables. Thank you.